Grand rising, grand rising, my kindred spirits. And for those who are new, I welcome y'all too. So come on, let's get this thing started today. I welcome you back to my world. But before we would begin, let me let you know, I'm not here to make you think like me. I'm just hoping you'll just think, okay? I'm not here claiming I can heal you, okay? But yet I share my experiences, research, and creative ideas to help open up your heart, soul, and mind to give you your own aha moment to tap into your own creativity. So in the midst of using some of my tools, it'll help you tap into your own tools. That's what I'm trying to say. But anywho, let's move forward. So today we're going to talk about self-control. And I'm not talking about self-control. I'm mostly talking about controlling self. Okay? So there's a difference, but yet there's similarities in that. So unconsciously comparing and need to control. Y'all see me looking down. I always, just take notes of my thoughts and experiences and research. And I try to remember them and I put them on paper based on what I want to talk about. Okay. So now, got that out the way. Don't be tripping. Because some of y'all like to trip. Like, oh, is she reading from a book? Yes. A book I wrote in. Just so I can remember what I want to talk about, my talking points. All right. Okay. So enough of that. So anywho, so when I say unconscious comparing and need to control, let me explain this because I tend to experience it, but I'm lately being able to catch myself. And sometimes in the midst of me opening my mouth to compare myself or issue out some kind of verbal control, I'll remember and be like, hold on. But then again, people have their own minds. We got to remember not to compare ourselves. Yes, you may have grown up with all of that type of influence and observation and subtly letting it sink into your subconscious mind where you unconsciously act on looking at somebody else and comparing yourself to them, whether you're comparing yourself to them in a way where you want to be like them or you're judging them. We really got to get back to controlling those feelings and thoughts because it does influence our feelings and thoughts, or our thoughts and feelings, however you want to categorize it. One first, the other second. I don't know. Because there are certain genders of us that do not think, they tap into emotions. Sometimes, you think you don't pay attention to how you get emotionally wrapped up in things, but everyone have emotions and it do get used. It does. Because to feel strongly about something, which I feel strongly about self-healing and helping people understand you have the power within yourself to heal yourself, even though from time to time you may vent or seek some advice. Because at the end of the day, the end of the week, the end of the month, the end of the year, it still is going to lead back up to you making the decision how you're going to analyze, strategize, and process that in how you perceive it to go about your daily life. So pay attention to how you compare yourself. And in comparing, when you get the drift or come to the reality that you do that unconsciously, but when you consciously catch yourself doing that, you then take the control and be like, whoop, 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 whoop. Delete, delete, delete. You comparing yourself to others. Now, it is okay to say, oh, I like that style. And take on certain styles of fashions, whether it's your hair, the clothing. You might even like how a person carry themselves. But authentically, you have a portion of an essence of the Most High we call soul, a portion that was given to you, that was born on a day, month, year, time, and place where the energy is entering into the planet during that time you were born. So I'm saying is, I mentioned that because you was certain energies was coming in, authentically created, formulated, especially for you. You get me? So I hope you follow me. And if you don't follow me, I hope you with me. And if you're not with me, you're already ahead of me. You already, you know where I'm going. Okay? Okay, you my star students. But anywho, so sometimes we observe people, the likes and dislikes. But the purpose in maintaining control is to not outwardly, verbally, with some type of action, try to control somebody else by telling them what they should and shouldn't do. Now, with our children, we may do that a lot based on us. But with the same observation that we pay attention to others, we have to be mindful with raising our children. When we observe our children, it's with the intention, or it should be with the intention of coming to understand their characteristics and personalities and see certain talents, gifts, and skills without intentionally imposing our ways onto them. And there's no need to impose our ways because our children are looking up to us. That's why it's very important. And I've had to learn this the hard way sometimes, But I kind of snapped into it in the middle of parenting. Uh, you know, uh, Making sure what we want our children to see and not see. Certain things we do, bad habits, and our children see that. They pick up on that. Now, it's not to say you're a bad person. Sometimes you're not even aware of your bad habits. You'll tell your child, don't eat upstairs or don't eat in your room, but yet you eating in your room. Telling your child to do something, not to do something that you're doing. So we're not always aware of certain bad habits that we have. But what we want to try to do is be supportive of what gifts, talents, and skills we see and observe or notice within our children, to support them and encourage them to enhance those gifts, talents, and skills or powers. Okay? And what I have learned over the years is that if we have more than one child, we have to pay attention that you might have a child that's that much, a lot more stronger in being independent, where you might have another child who's more codependent, might have some weak spots that they might, and of course, I'm not saying I was the best parent in detecting those things, but I eventually detected those things. Because sometimes we tend to think our children are exactly like us, or we try to make them exactly like us because we are a certain way, and try to impose our weaknesses or our strengths onto our children. So even though I say to you, I've made some mistakes with the upbringing of my children, I've made some mistakes with comparing myself to others. Those were mistakes that I actually see now, that I can nip it in the bud. And even though it wasn't helpful for my children, or I wasn't able to catch it in time, maybe there's someone out there, if you see this video and hear my words, you're able to perceive that, reflect back on some things, situations you've been in, and you're able to hear my words and be like, you can relate to that. Okay? All right? So I'm here to relate to those who can relate to me. I'm making these, that's my passionate face. Sometimes I get loud. Okay, but I'm not loud right now. But yes, you get me. You feel me. You see me. Okay, you see what I'm trying to say? Do you see what I'm trying to say? You see it in that mind's eye, your mind's eye. I mean, I know you can't see the words coming out of my mouth, but your mind's eye is perceiving, is processing the perception of what's being said. Okay? All right. So I hope I am giving you some clarity. I related back to if you have children or even family members, friends. Okay, you got to remember, you might like some things about your friends, but the most enjoyable thing about having a friend, and I told y'all some videos ago, I don't make friends. I mean, you might be like, oh, hold on, before you judge, okay? I make family. Because with friends, I always say, and I know it's just my little thing that I have, the word friends have fry and ends. So fry is short for Friday. And end, we already know, something that stops. So somewhere around Friday, whether it's on Thursday or Saturday, or days before that or after that, it comes to an end. But with family, no matter the disagreement, the arguments, you come back and apologize. and try to talk things out and work it out. That's what family do. Real family. Okay, I'm not talking about the family you're born into, and just because you're born into them doesn't necessarily make them family. Just because you're born physically, because your true authentic self is that self we call the spiritual you. Because this part of you, whether you're taught it or not, this is just a vessel vehicle utilized to be able to exist and have experiences and lessons to be learned in the human dimension. The true essence of you is recording that soul that lives on forever. We call eternal, the eternal you. Okay? So whether you believe it or not, I'm not here to make you believe anything, but to do your own research. And sometimes doing your own research does not necessarily mean going looking it up and asking Google or AI, or asking a friend, a mentor. Sometimes that comes with your own life experience to realize certain truths or things you thought was beliefs becoming factual once. So right now it could be a theory until that theory is proven a fact. Okay. All right. So let's get back to certain weaknesses that we have. So you may think, based on past influences, how you grew up, you may think, well, I'm a weak person. I can't do it. I can't. But it's not necessarily that you're really weak. It's just that you've fallen. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say fallen, but you've come equipped with a habit that you're comfortable with believing. So you have to put in the extra energy and effort to break those beliefs, where someone else who you might think is stronger, who can adapt and break bad habits so quickly, is because they already didn't want to believe it anyway. They already saw how they was growing up. I don't even like this. So I don't even want to be that way. So when they are told something and they instantly can feel it, like something spoke to them, like, okay, I'm ready to let that go. Whereas probably with you, there was a concentrated effort for you to make it a part of your life. For you, make it hard. You might think in your mind, it's hard to break this habit. It's hard to change. But it's a mindset. In order to change how you feel about something, you got to change how you think about it. Your mindset set around it. And when your mindset loosen up the grips and take the knot out, you then start to feel like, okay, I feel that. I'm really comfortable with changing this. Yes. So with some people, it's a tight rope to walk, to the point where you think you'll fall off and you can never get up. But sometimes it takes falling off, climbing all the way back up and walking that tightrope again until you get the hang of it and control of your balance and be able to walk that tightrope with ease, no matter how many times you fall. You're in training. So for some of you, you may feel like it may take you longer, and it's okay. Just as long as you're working at it. you're taking diligent time to focus on getting it right, breaking those bad habits, tapping into who you truly are. It's like a discovery of you, because you've actually, over the years since being born, you have taken in other people's ways and habits, lifestyles, thoughts, and made them your own, to the point where you don't even know yourself, where you're constantly judging other people and allowing people to judge you and tell you what you should do for you. Is that okay? I don't think so. So this is where discipline comes in. Getting tired in order to set boundaries for yourself. When I say getting tired of other people not minding their business about your own situations, ships. The only time people should get involved is when you ask them for their input. Not necessarily mean you're going to take it. You're just going to give it some thought and process it and really feel if it's for you. That's where you have to reflect a lot, do a lot of reflecting, sitting alone sometimes. And sometimes taking other people's advice doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to sit and talk with a person face to face. It could just be picking up a book that's written by someone else. In this day and time, you got YouTube, TikTok, you might get on Google. Now they got an AI system that you can ask them questions and stuff. But basically, that's just a process that you're utilizing to help you understand. It's like you're searching for you. And sometimes, I've done it myself. I've plenty of times look outside of myself. I still plenty of times look outside of myself. Because sometimes also too, you have to pay attention to what you're attracting into your soul spirit. Okay? Because your soul is just not, we're under the impression it's inside. I'm having some technical difficulties. What's going on? Hold on, let me pause this. Excuse me for that interruption. Just in the middle of recording, something just started going on. I guess AI is taking over, trying to tell me when I should restart my computer so it can do some upgrades and updates. I don't be telling. Anyway, we ain't here to talk about what's going on technically with a computer. We're here to talk about what's going on technically with ourselves. Okay, so I lost my train of thought a little bit, but let me just say this. So this is where discipline comes in at, where we have to utilize concentrated focus, efforts, and energies to force ourselves to do what we want and what is best and needed for us. Okay. So I was explaining about, we're under the impression that our soul is fully outside of ourselves. Okay. The essence of it is within, which extends out like a bubble, depending on how you put that energy out there, how you send energy, how you retrieve energy, what you ask for, what you truly want and are passionate about. you're attracting energy, okay? So you're attracting it by wanting it and thinking on it. So at the same time, that soul's bubble is doing this. Okay, I really, I know I'm saying what it's doing, but sometimes you can feel what's going on intuitively. You can feel intuitively or spiritually what you're pulling in or what you want to pull in. So you have to observe very carefully people, places, and things that you're attracting. So that's when observation through reflecting and paying attention to your surroundings and what's going on in your environment, you're able to pay attention to what you are attracting into your life. Pay attention to how it makes you feel. If deep down, truly, you really need what you're attracting. What you want is something different. Because sometimes what we want is not all the time what we need. You know what I'm talking about? Just because you want it don't necessarily mean you need it. I could want a lot of things and turn into a hoarder of a lot of things that I don't need. So again, this is where discipline comes in. Because sometimes, you can hoard a lot of stuff, whether it's physical or energy-wise, and that can weigh you down. Even collecting physical things, the energy of just having those things piling up, making your house a mess, making it a dark room could hinder your energy. So for the most part, for me, I do my best when I go into a space, I cleanse that space before I bring anything into it. And I do my best that when I bring things into that space, mostly what is needed, some of what I like to kind of give it uh, my own creative flavor to it. But I also do my best to not just buy things just to be buying things or bring things into my home. And you got to be careful what you bring into your home, especially if it's been used before. Because other people's energies and stuff like that, you have to cleanse stuff, especially if you buy it used, secondhand, thrifty, from thrift stores. You got to be careful because you don't know what people's type of energy people have, and you get their thing, and people do not understand energy. And just because you're very religious, you don't believe in that. Just because you don't believe in that, don't mean it doesn't exist. And you wonder why you feel like your life is hoarded with what some people call bad luck. It's not bad luck. It's just energy that you've gotten a hold on. And it doesn't matter what religion you are, because, religion is just a man-made, okay, let me not say that. Let me not go there, because some of y'all get offended and not really see things for what it truly is, because you're so caught up in the human experience and thinking that this human experience is always going to exist for you. Well, there have been some souls and spirits that have gotten trapped in this world, still thinking they're living in this world and not realizing that they have already passed on. So you got some trapped souls here. And I got to tell you like it is, because we're living in a new era and time. They call it Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign, even though it's a water barrier, a part of purifying the mind to clear out mess. That's why intuitively, I feel, okay? Let me just say it that way. Intuitively, I feel they use the water barrier as a symbol of an air sign to allow you to understand that that water barrier in this day and time, the era of Aquarius, the water barrier is utilizing the water to cleanse and purify the air so you can breathe clearly and see clearly. So things that was covering your eyes is now being exposed or helping to expose you to the reality. And that's just my intuitive take on the Aquarian age. So the fact that this world isn't the same, whether you see it or not, because you're so caught up in your trends and the people and some of the places you go and things. You're so caught up in this physical reality, not realizing that you're probably a fallen soul who has fallen from one form of energy and fallen into a condensed form of energy that they call human. Let the church say amen. Okay, I'll just anywho. So this is why in disciplining yourself, you got to get control of yourself. You got to get away from that mindset of trying to tell other people what to do, looking at other people and judging them based on how you would do you. Sometimes it's okay to look at other people and not necessarily judge them, but learn from their mistakes. Learn likes and dislikes about yourself, okay? Because now that's how I take, that's how I put the take on things. Or that's my take on things, people, places, and things. Ooh, I don't like that place. Let me just remember not to end up in that place, you know? Ooh, oh, that's a bad idea. I see what she did. Ooh, I see. Oh, no, that wasn't a good idea. Oh, let me remember if I'm ever in that situation to decide to do it this way. So sometimes, we're processing what we're perceiving and allowing it to be a lesson for ourselves to help realize who we truly are, to help us tap into who we truly are. But again, with discipline, discipline is also a form of control. Sometimes, okay, let me not say it like that, because let me take that back. Because you could be disciplining yourself and can't maintain control of the discipline. So it's really about controlling yourself. Stop thinking that it's okay to control others, even your children. Because, from what I learned, when you try to control your children, when they get old enough, and if they live to be old enough to get as tall as you or taller than you, they take back their control. And that comes back on you through them. And other types of what they call karmas. And for real, what you put out, that's, they call it karma. But what energies you put out, come back. So be mindful what you put out. And anything that you don't mean to put out, call it back. Oh, I take that back. Forgive me. Ooh, let it go. And these are that's just something I do. You just be mindful. Oh, you're going to put that out. Oh, that's not something I want to put out. Because you got to be mindful. If you put that out, Would you like that someone else to bring that back on you? Even the thought you're putting out as a thing, because it can come into existence, or what some of y'all say, manifest. Exist and it shall exist. Okay. I know I'm taking a deep breath because I got to remember to breathe. It's just, yeah, it's just what I feel is, you know what I'm saying? So just be mindful of taking control of you. So mainly, you take it a little bit at a time. It's like being codependent on someone and slowly peeling away to exercise some kind of interdependence. And I'm not saying independence. At some point, you do things on your own, but for the most part, we do rely on others, especially when we're putting our energy to bring something in existence. It may take the help of others. But what you want to do is sometimes organize some thoughts, schedule yourself some time to program your subconscious and create a controlled mindset to have a certain mental or mental environment. You're programming your environment, but through your subconscious. So in order to program your environment through your subconscious, you have to first really control yourself and program the subconscious. So I kind of took that backwards. So you want to first really reflect, really think it through, create in your heart, soul, and mind by imagining your mindset or mental energies operating a certain way in order for you to create a controlled environment for you. Okay? When I say controlled environment, it also involves respecting others, people's space and their environment. So you can only do so much within your own environment that when you come in contact with somebody else, because a lot of times when you attract certain people to you, they have similar mindsets. Their energy is calling out to yours, just as yours is calling out to them. And then y'all come in contact with each other. Just be mindful and honest with yourself, the type of person that you are. So you may not think you're a nasty person. And then you come in contact with a nasty person and wonder why you're around this nasty person. Check yourself. Okay? Because even though once you clean yourself up, you may attract still the past. The past may still come forward to test you. But just because the past come forward to test you doesn't necessarily mean you're attracting it. It's just that you're being tested to see if you are going to fall weak to your past, to also be able to recognize whether or not you are ready to really move forward with a new life, to fully then even let it go to the point where you don't have to ever worry about this being tempted by this situation. person, place, or thing. That when it sees you from afar, now that it has completely left your energy field, it will see you from afar and never come near. You will be able to see it probably afar, but you will no longer be affected by it. How about that? So then this leads you into a self-leading mentality and emotion. Because now you have you have the lead on your life, self-leading. Whatever you put out, what energies you put out, you're putting it out. And others are able to see and even want to follow. Not necessarily just that, but when I say self-leading, you will feel good about how you have taken the lead in your life. You are the king and or queen of your realm, of your environment, and it feels good. So you're able to reflect and say how you have sacrificed the control of others, and you're exercising the control of yourself. It's like you're in demand of you. You're able to formulate codes, symbols, signs to operate within your own energy, mind, and heart to be what they say a free spirit. Having a critical mind, you're able to think freely. You're able to see full mess. You're able to discern. You feel protected because now you have mastered you. You're your own master, AKA self-leader. You lead thyself confidently, courageously, and with strength. Sacrificing old ways of thinking, old ways of feeling and being to be able to fully be in control of you. That true, authentic you has reached your closed ears and help you open it. But in order to really get to that point of mastery, you have to really passionately want it. It's an energy you desire that blasts like an atomic bomb and reaches all necessary lessons for you to learn, to find the teacher within. Put those lessons into action and master those actions to then also become a master teacher. You can lead yourself. You can enjoy what you're receiving, because you love and passionately, with love unconditionally, what you're putting out. Okay. So if you are ready and in need of some advice, some help, some understanding to help you on your journey to being a self-master teacher, or even being a mentor to others because you're leading by your own examples, pay attention to the video that's coming after this. Because I not only offer life coaching and counseling sessions, I also do speaking events that's related to a lot of the videos that I put out, but I also do one-on-one sessions to help you tap in. These are methodologies that I have used on myself to help me tap in and tap out on things I no longer need. But enough of me talking about it. If you need more details and want to understand how you can set up a free consultation to see if we are good matches for each other, my email is not only in the next video, how you can contact me, but it's also in my description box below. Also, feel free to leave me some comments. If you're not looking for a session, leave me some comments, ask me some questions. And if you want it to be a little more personal and private, that's why my email is there. So nobody else can't see what you're saying to me. Okay? All right, I gotta go, y'all. But for those who have already subscribed to me, I thank you. I am grateful and thankful to you. I know you may be those ones who just enjoy the information as I put it out, but always feel welcome and don't feel shy to reach out to me. I just gave you ways you can reach out. Comments, questions below, or send me an email, or contact me on one of my social media platforms, and we can discuss it there. And if you're really serious, then we can probably take it to the next level. All right, y'all. Y'all keep rising within your own power and discovering yourselves. All right, gotta go. Bye. Greetings. I'm AnitaYarbrough. I'm a Master Certified NLP practitioner dedicated to empowering individuals such as yourself to transform their lives through holistic healing, life coaching, and counseling. And today, yes, I'm excited. I'm excited to share with you my signature program, which is designed to help you unlock your purpose and align with your true self. Our program, Transformative Healing, a metaphysics and NLP approach towards self-discovery and authentic living, is a transformative journey that combines metaphysical insights with neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP techniques, to help you overcome challenges and discover innate abilities to heal and transform relationships with yourself and others, as well as establish healthy boundaries. My key components are: 1, self-authentication based healing. This module focuses on understanding the importance of healing and self-authentication and leading a purposeful life. You'll learn to balance your light and dark psyche, use mental and emotional coping techniques, and gain self-acceptance through positive self-talk. 2, lifestyle-based healing. In this module, you'll learn how to tap in to natural survival resources and follow intuitive influences to create a new lifestyle. You'll replace unwanted habits with better practices, identify stress triggers, and understand influences affecting your lifestyle choices. 3, communication-based healing. This module teaches you to express and communicate your thoughts and feelings effectively. You'll learn to listen to your true voice, creatively express your imagination, and communicate commands to your subconscious mind for positive change. And 4, community-based healing. The final module focuses on transforming community dynamics. You'll learn to manifest your needs and wants, recognize patterns for better change, identify individuals of influence, and create a space that fosters peace and harmony. Our program is designed to help you evolve to a new level of self-authentication in this new upcoming paradigm. Now, are you ready to embark on this transformative journey with me? Please join our program today and unlock your true potential. I welcome you back, and I look forward to speaking with you. So get ready. On your march, set, to, go. Thanks for sitting with me.